working together to transform their lives into looking amazing and feeling alive. And I work to inspire empowerment and aliveness through all areas of women's lives, gaining control back of their health, money, relationships, career, or maybe even connection to something greater. So, but first, how did I end up here? Helping women regain power over their health and their life. I mean, I ate chocolate, cheesecake, chips, brownies, cupcakes, pretty much anything that I want that works well with my body. And I maintain a healthy weight. I do not take any crazy magic pills or have a magic shake that I take every day. I don't do any crazy strenuous workout routines. I'm not a runner, and actually the joke around my house is if you see mama running, then you better run too, because something bad is chasing her. Now, don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with working out hard or running. If that is you and that is what makes you feel amazing and you love it, that's awesome. Keep doing it. I'm just more of a low impact workout person. Things like yoga or walking. Hey, you have to do what you like and what feels good to you. Otherwise, you're not going to stay motivated to do it. Do what makes you happy and feels good to you, not what society says you should be doing or what your coworkers are doing. My blood work and my vitals are all in check. You know, I'm not on any prescription medications. Blood pressure's good, thyroid is good, glucose levels are good, everything's great. But I want you to know that it wasn't always this way. Nope. Several years ago, my body started shutting down. And I was in my early 30s. And when I say shutting down, I mean horrible aches and pains, muscle spasms, migraine headaches up to 3 times per week with no relief outside of intravenous pain and migraine meds. So I was actually having to go to the hospital several times a week with these migraines. And I was experiencing extreme fatigue daily, horrible brain fogs, and then it just kept getting worse and worse. And I was actually getting to the point where I could hardly walk. Every muscle in my body was spasming. I could not hardly get out of bed and face the day due to the pain and the extreme exhaustion that I was having. I was going from doctor to doctor, and they could never find anything wrong with me that would explain these wide range of symptoms. However, after a while, they did diagnose me with fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, hypertension, depression, high anxiety, and anything else that comes along with those things. So they put me on a beautiful buffet of prescription medicines. Pain pills, antidepressants, anxiety meds, like Valium, Klonopin. I was on Armored Thyroid, high blood pressure meds, a water pill even. Wow. You should have seen my nightstand and my kitchen counter. I was told that this is how my life was going to be from now on, and that there was no cure, and that sooner or later I will probably have to walk with a cane and may even be bedridden at some point. But do a few stretches on the daily. That might help some, they said. And then they sent me on my way. Wow. Folks, I was in my early 30s and a single mother of 3 children at this time. What was happening? All I could think about is, how could this be happening to me? How am I going to work and support me and my children? There was no one but me. And I had recently gone through a divorce of a 17-year marriage, lost our house to foreclosure, moved into a small apartment with me and my children. I had to downgrade my vehicle. And to top it all off, I had just gotten a promotion to district sales manager at my job, yay me, and had about 12 to 15 people reporting to me. Hey, I was Wonder Woman and Super Mom all in one, right? Boy, was I a huge martyr in my earlier years. You know, that person who did for everyone else but herself and felt that I should be able to do it all every day. Who can relate? Right? We should be able to keep up. We should be able to do it all and look like we always have our shit together. Yeah, so in all of this, we are struggling financially, the kids and I. And we were living off of ramen noodles, egg noodles, tuna, fried bologna sandwiches, potted meat and crackers, if anyone knows what potted meat is, rice and beans, potatoes, breads, you know, all that great food that is cheap as hell and it made a lot, right? Hey, that's what I knew, because growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. And that's pretty much the way that we always ate anyway. No one taught me about food and nutrition and health. You know, every once in a while they'd be like, throw a salad in every once in a while, you'll be fine. You eat whatever it was that you could afford and what we had in front of us, right? It was food. So, with the stress and all of this gourmet food, my body started shutting down. So one of my turning points was the day that I was on my way to pick up my oldest son, Miguel, from band practice. So now remember, I'm on all of these wonderful medications, right? Well, on my way to pick up my son from band practice, I was stopped and waiting at a stoplight to turn left. And there was a car stopped in front of me as well at this light. The next thing I know, I feel a boom, and I start looking around with my eyes barely opening, forgetting where I was. Folks, I had fallen asleep in those few moments of sitting at this light and had rolled into the car in front of me. Now, luckily, there was no damage to their vehicle. But this was enough to scare the shit out of me, because if that car had not been stopped in front of me, I would have most likely run out into the oncoming traffic, or I could have also gotten a DUI because of all of the prescription medications that I was on. I was scared. I was at a loss. But right there at that moment, I said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is not how my life is going to be. This is not my truth. So the very next day, I immediately took charge of my own health, and I started doing research and seeking advice from anyone that had any knowledge of holistic healing and nutrition. And to my amazement, I was amazed to find out that most likely what I was putting into my body was causing all of this. What? I mean, it's food, isn't it? So, to shorten the story, I started eating healthier, eliminating as much processed food as I possibly could, drinking more water, eating more foods in their natural state. Oh, and also, I learned the word no and started practicing slowly how to not take on more than I felt that I could handle. I had to start making time for self-care. I had to start focusing on healing. So over time, I started feeling much better, and I started functioning again as a normal person. I came off of all those prescription medications, especially the pain pills and the Valium. Still, never really felt great or wonderful, but life was good, and I was functioning. So I remarried for a short time, and from that marriage, I had my fourth child, my beautiful baby girl, Natalie, who is now almost 13. Oh my gosh, where does time go? But fast forward to about 5 years ago, God sent me a wonderful man all the way from Texas, GidgetCarrizales. He is my rock, and he has been the support and the cheerleader that nudged me and helped me to live my passion today. So fast forward a couple more years to about 4 years ago, and I shared with you how I just never really felt great. I started having horrible stomach issues. Now, I've always had, some digestive issues, some type of digestive issues all throughout my life. But at this particular point in time, this started to be a major constant bloating, pain, and nausea. Anyone ever experienced any of these similar issues? So, of course, I set out to figure out what it might be. So back on the internet I went, right? So I started doing all of these extreme diet changes that were out there. I went vegetarian, I started gaining weight. I went gluten-free, I started swelling from head to toe. My stomach issues were getting worse, and I was so frustrated. I got to the point where I could not eat anything. I was drawing double in pain even after having 2 bites of a salad. I was convinced that I had stomach cancer and that I was dying. So after another journey of doctors and testing, I found out that I had what's called H. pylori, which is a bacteria in the gut. And I thought, great, a diagnosis, a cure, right? How many times have you been sick, or you just know that there's something not right with you, and you go to the doctor and they tell you, oh, everything looks good, can't find anything, and then you're like, well, damn, you know when there is something not right with your body, right? So for this H. pylori, they put me on antibiotics. So after 10 days of 3,000 milligrams per day, 2 different antibiotics, acid reducers, still same issues, same pain. So this time I got serious, and folks, I was furious, and I felt so defeated at this point that I started learning more and more about foods, and then deeper about toxins in foods this day and time, and the GMOs. But I'm eating healthy, right? So I thought, from what all the diet industry and the big food companies were saying, I'm eating all the proper foods for optimal health and wellness. Yeah. So I also learned about leaky gut on my journey and possible causes for that. So I decided to go and have a food allergy test done. Sorry, I think something bit me. I found that all the things that were being deemed as healthy, right, like gluten-free, fat-free, sugar-free, low carbs, etc., I was either allergic to or intolerant to. Pretty much everything that is in all gluten-free products. Yep, not always such good stuff in there, folks. I even learned on my journey about all the toxins in our skincare products and how it all seeps into our skin and into our blood and organs. So my husband and I started making our own skincare products, and over time we wanted to share our products with others, so we started Daily Naturals by C&G. So we've been making and selling all natural skincare products for over 3 years now. But fast forward to today. These lifelong journeys to heal myself and gain back my quality of life to feeling great, something that I never really had, and how to become the best version of me, led me to wanting to share my story. Everything that I've learned with everyone that I possibly can to help as many women as I possibly can go through this process, in hopes that I can take away those same frustrations and shorten their journey to becoming the best version of themselves, and holding true for them the possibility to have the quality of life that we all deserve to have, starting right now. You deserve to have energy. You deserve to feel great. And which is, this is why that I've dedicated my life to doing what I do today, just sharing my journey and my certified knowledge to help women take back control of their lives and their health. I know what it's like. I've been there. I have, and I am living those same struggles and frustrations that you're having right now. I know what the day-to-day is. Rushing, you get up and you're rushing day in and day out. It's like as soon as your feet hit the floor in the morning, right? It's like you're running this rat race, and just you're running as fast as you can just to get out the door, hopefully on time, and to get the kids to school or daycare, and then trying to get to work on time, hopefully. And then by the time you get to work, you feel like you've already ran a marathon. You have no energy, you have constant brain fog, and can't remember a damn thing most of the time anymore. Do you know how many times that I've gotten settled in at work, and I have to share this. I've gotten settled in at work so many times, and I stopped and I had to start thinking, did I take my kids to school, or did I drop my kids off at daycare? It's true, and it's true because you've done it too, right? You start thinking that. You start playing back your route to work and the streets and the stoplights that you've turned down. Don't judge. You know that you've done it too. I'm not the only one. And then, before you know it, it's 12 noon and you've not eaten a damn thing yet, or all you can do is grab whatever's in the vending machine or those donuts that have been put on the break room table. And then at the end of the business day, you rush to leave work on time to get your kids from school or daycare, just to get home and realize that you have nothing to cook, or you forgot to lay out something to thaw out, and it's already going to be 7 p.m. There's homework and baths that still need to be done. So you only have 2 hours left before trying to get the kids in bed. And guess what? You still have not prepared for that meeting that you're leading tomorrow, or that training that you're conducting. But no worries. You have all night after the kids are down, right? Yeah. And then you wake up at about 3 a.m. with your head on your computer and an empty bag of chips that are sitting next to you. That dinner was yummy and delicious. Raise your hand. Guilty. I'm guilty of it. I know these things because I have lived it, and I also became very sick and to the point of not functioning. I had to change my lifestyle. I had to change my habits and my beliefs little by little. It wasn't easy, I'm not going to lie, but I was ready to take back control of my health and create the quality of life that I wanted and deserved, so that I could be here for my kids and my family. I had to learn and own my self-worth, learn to love me and to respect me. So it is my goal to help you to connect the dots and show you exactly how you can do this too, no matter how far off track that you've actually fallen, or no matter how impossible it might seem to you right now in your current state or in your current situation. I've had several clients to date that have successfully regained their quality of life and have been able to take control of their health and have had a total transformation by working with me. We all have to reach that breaking point. Whatever that might be for you. It's different for all of us, but we all have to reach that point. And when you are ready, you'll make that change, or you will seek out help to make that change. So when you are ready and want to talk, I'm here. Just contact me. I'm including my scheduling link here with this video. So just whenever you're at the point where you know that something has to change, there is no way that you can go on like this any longer, schedule a time to talk with me. It's free. I will spend 60 full minutes with you discussing where you are right now in your life and where you want to be and what is stopping you or standing in your way from having the quality of life that you deserve to have right now. And together we'll come up with an action plan that it's going to be attainable, sustainable, and fun. And you know, all of this is possible for you too, not just some people. You deserve it too, and it can happen for you. You know, even if you don't reach out to me or wind up working with me, reach out to someone. Find that person that can offer you the right system, the right support, and the right accountability that is right for you and that connects with you. You deserve to live a happy, healthy, energetic life. And you know, I hope that my story and sharing my journey was helpful to you today. And if not for you, you might know someone that it may resonate with. So please tag them in this post or forward this video to them. You never know who this video might touch and who this video might help. And I know that this was a long one today, but I did feel that it was needed for someone. I thank you all so much for stopping here and spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of my videos on all kinds of different health and wellness topics, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to click on that little bell, and when you do that, you'll be notified each time that I upload a new video. And while you're there, if you see a video that you like, please like, comment, and share there as well. And you know, you can also follow me on my business Facebook and Instagram pages, and I will make sure that I have all of those links accompanied with this video post. So again, I want to thank you so much for sitting here and listening to my story today. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful, blessed day. And remember to take time out for yourself. You deserve to have a breather every single day. Here's to your health.